So we're working with Martin Kaymer. We're just going to change the groove plate that he's got in his XFT wedge. We're going to place in a new micro texture groove. His grooves are worn out. We're going to place that new wedge plate directly in there. This will be the technology that we have in our new ATV wedges. Okay, and just 3 of those, so we've got 3 to compare. So what we're going to test with the TrackMan device, with the use of the chipping facility, we can see a 50-yard pitch and see how that new groove performs versus his old groove.
The first one was the best one.
First one was the best one.
Second one was a little too deep, a little too early.
Yeah.
The second one was closer to the first one again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just screwing out the old plate and exchanging it for a new one. So we had on the first shot about 5,500 spin. So let's see what this does, and then we can have a look at the results, and then we're complete. Yeah, just the same shot, how you feel comfortable playing it. That had a lot of spin on it. The surface between the grooves, it's what's giving you the spin, and that's what you see. I mean, look at that. That's some serious spin on that. So let's have a look at that. That's good. So we'll go in here and have a look at analyze. So I can take the third shot with the new grooves and I compare it to the first shot. So we compare shot number 1 to shot number 6. You happy with that? Mm-hmm. The ATV wedge is an all-terrain versatility wedge. It has different cambers, different reliefs on the sole. What we're going to use the TrackMan device for this season a lot is to see how that club reacts out of different grass conditions, how the sole reacts with TrackMan, what the launch is different out of the rough, how the launch is affected with this new groove, new camber relief. Shot number 1 with old grooves, okay? Spin rate 5,953 on that little 35-40 yard pitch. Launch angle 28.8.
5,950 was the spin rate with the old groove.
Old groove, first shot that you were comfortable with.
Yeah.
And I want to compare that to shot number 6, which was the last golf shot, okay?
Yeah.
6,700 with new grooves, 27.3 launch, and we're going to compare that to your first shot that was 28.8. So the launch has come down a little bit more.
I increased the spin with a new groove
Considerably. But you did give it a bit more.
I felt like it comes out a little bit lower.
Good. That's what you should feel. With that micro texture, you should feel that the launch comes down a touch and the spin goes up. And if we look at that, that is the results that we got here. Again, you see the benefit of new grooves, and in terms of the technology that we can do, we can put new grooves in these clubs. And
how often would you change the grooves?
I mean, that really is player dependent. You know, some guys go around the tour and play at a tournament that might be, you come into wet conditions, and some players wouldn't want the increase in spin. If you then go out on a period of golf tournaments where the greens become firm and they don't become receptive, that's where it's worth you carrying these new grooves, popping them in to get the more aggressive spin. If you can get an extra 1,000 revs on a shot that distance on a green that isn't as receptive, it's certainly going to benefit.
But I think it would make sense for me, because I don't have a lot of spin usually.
Sure.
So if I would have new grooves, I don't know, maybe every 4 or 5 weeks.
For sure.
Which is easy with those wedges, you can just pop it out and pop it in.
Exactly. So that's pretty good. I mean, we'll obviously load you up with wedge faces and then take it from there.
All right.
Cool.
Sweet.
Cheers.
Thanks.